Hey everybody, welcome to Reverse Homesteading. Thought I'd show you how I keep slugs and snails off my garden, one of the ways. I'll show you the other way soon. Yes, because I have little seedlings that almost are hardened off, which means you get them ready for the conditions they're going to go out in, which means you slowly reintroduce them to being outside. Well, not reintroduce if they're seeds. So they're tough enough to go out, but I find they always need an extra bit of protection. So for me, I make these. And I know plastic is not what everybody wants at the moment, but if you want your plants to grow, sometimes, at least the way I see it, sometimes you have to make some concessions on what you would really like to be doing. So what I do is I save up some orange juice containers. How cool is this? Raw milk. Never used to be able to get it in Australia. It's cold pressed, which allegedly helps to pasteurize. Well, it pasteurizes it. So I take the lid off, save them for later. Sometimes I put the lids on, usually not. The way that I used to do it was I stabbed it with something sharp, but I found that's a little dangerous, so I make the end thin like that. Oh, so one of the sides thin. Put some sharp scissors in there, and then you can. It's a bit tougher than a normal one. Once you've got a proper cut in there, you can put the scissors in carefully. These are probably not the best scissors for it, and start cutting around. So round and round, try to stay straight. I often leave the label on for this part, and I pick a point on the writing, and I keep going around, because that's probably the easiest. Oh man, everything's flying away. It's a windy day today, but I want to get my seedlings in before it rains, and that's what happens when it doesn't quite meet. You just go back around, get it relatively straight. So yes, a little seedling cover. In my experience, slugs and snails usually don't come up and in. They kind of don't bother. And this is a bit of insurance to leave the lid off. If you have got a lot of rainy days and no real sunshine, I would potentially put the lid on to keep the warmth in. Make sure the little seedling doesn't get too wet. But yes, getting the excess moisture and heat out the top can also save your seedling. So if you have something like this over the top of your seedling in the garden bed when you first plant it out, you're really going to have to watch the weather. So this is really good for silver beet, chard. I've used it for strawberries. I've used it for brassicas, which is anything in the cabbage kind of family. Leafy greens, just about anything that's small and defenseless. And it'll get to the stage where it's not so tasty for slugs and snails. What I found with experience is if you take it off, once the plant is big enough, once it's mostly filled that area, you can take it off, no problem, because this is the biggest end, so you won't have any trouble getting it off the plant. But if you take it off on a really a dry day, and make sure it's watered well when you take it off, remember that those little plants aren't used to being out in the all weathers yet, so it might be a little bit, let's say, crunchy. It's not really used to all of the sunshine, so it's been a little bit protected. So if it's a dry day, even overnight, you may not have so many slugs and snails interested in it, because they'll have to go across dry ground. Yeah, it's still a gamble, but yeah, once it's, yay high, it's not as tasty for the little creatures. So anyway, that's my MO, that's what I do. And something I also do is for little seeds. Oh man, it's blown away. Oh, I'll show you next time. I'll do another video. For little seeds, I have these little hacks for a mini greenhouse, but I will show you another day because it's blown away. But yes, it's just about to rain on me, so I'll just finish this up. I am not affiliated with sea soil in any way, but anything that's got seaweed in it is great as like vitamin C for building the cell walls of your plants, and just go for it. Anything that you find helpful that's got seaweed in it. Yeah, do a week solution as per the label for whatever product you're using. And happy gardening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.